Hi everybody, I hope you're well. Welcome back to my channel. It is Anastasia with you. I am actually a bit happy that I am more style constrained these days, so we can do more chatting. And I've been getting many requests on my opinions on handbags, investment bags. It's maybe because of my video that I did, and I'm glad many of you guys love my approach to buying things that serve you, not just having a nice branded item. So in this video we're going to talk about my opinion on 2023 hottest bags. I'll be taking information from what I have based on my business, my personal shopping service company, and requests that we get. So I'll tell you about things that are hard to get, that are really hot, and it usually means that these things, from my experience, are going to be around for 5+ years, maybe 10 years. They're gonna be quite hot, and when it's at the top of the trend, people with a special access or people who are willing to pay extra to their personal shopper to get it, they're gonna get their hands on the item. And then when everybody who wanted it already have it, then people who are not willing to pay as much money are gonna be able to also buy it, but it's not gonna be like at the top of the trend. It's still gonna be wearable. If you think about that sandal, it's gonna be the same. If you think about the Hermes shipper, it's gonna be the same, like Birkins 35 and 30s, which are not like widely accessible as well at the moment, but it is possible to buy them. So I'm going to be talking about demand, then I'm going to talk about my personal things that I really like and I considered to buy for myself, and then I'm gonna give you a list of some best investment bags to start with a budget of around £1,500 or euros up to 2,000, and then maybe something a little bit higher. And also my tips on vintage shopping, because I think vintage shopping has never been so fun as it is now. Like, this industry is developing so well, and yeah, you can find almost anything in there. So I'm gonna use my notes to just go and tell you about what's happening. Alright, so from my business analytics of what has been demanded, yeah, smaller sizes of Hermes bags are still driving really high demand, and therefore the price. So if you will be able to get your hands on a well-priced bag, and well-priced, I mean even if it's just like twice as more expensive than it is sold in a store, it is such a good deal, because they've been driving crazy prices since recently, and I know that they have been impossible to get. I think I'm on waiting list on a Kelly 25 in my choice of style and color. We'll talk about this later, but in general I think the ultimate investment bag, yeah, still the mini Kelly 20. They are in high demand and they remain to be really sought after. There's not much that has changed in that area, although there have been many new types of Hermes leathers and combinations of denim canvases, or with the bags first in the versions of Picotin and Birkin, where they would do cargo or denim, or like a combination of, I think it's called Etoile. We've seen a few of them. I had my hands on a few of them, and they look different to your normal person, but somebody who is a collector definitely appreciates. So to me as well, that if I could get my hands on a perfect shade of a mini Kelly, I think I'll definitely go for it, but it's something about like 20 to 30k in pounds or dollars to spend on the resale market, and for the access of it in an Hermes store, you will be looking at quite a large spend for that one. I'll make sure I'll include a lot of pictures as well to support my thinking here. And yeah, ultimately, if you want an Hermes bag, I think everybody on their casual life are like so casual these days. That's what I feel, that if you have something that expensive, you want to be able to wear it when you go out. So that would be that bag. Although like in terms of perfect style, it is not considered like super elegant to wear a leather handbag. You go for a dinner after 6, and if you going to some, you know, black tie event or wedding, leathers are usually not those items, those materials that that are suitable really well to those occasions. And I've seen people wearing Birkins 25 to the wedding. I don't think it's something that is elegant. So there's also this balance. Maybe it will not be elegant enough for the evening wear, and it's going to be quite small. So it's all up to you. And many people from their experience say that Birkins as well, like if you're not a CEO and you wear a Birkin, it's kind of like, why? Yeah, I know women in a business who have something to prove it with. I think they look amazing. I still don't think I'm big enough of a business. Maybe if I'll be able to grow it like another 2 times. Last year we've grown it like 100%, so it's grown twice. Maybe in another couple of years I'll do it. And I'm always thinking like when I'm 40, yeah, I'm gonna do it, because yeah, why not? Now I'm just like not so much into it, and I think therefore the Picotin is a really good option. With the Picotin you have similar aesthetics, and for me it's much more wearable, and I still know it was a good investment. It's also not so easy to get your hand on it, but I don't feel like it's freezing a lot of the money. I think it's going to be quite easy to sell as well, because they really demand it, and I've seen it styled in many different ways. So you can go for neutral style, you can go for the bright style. I'll insert a few photos. I think these are great at the moment. So, you know, in a safari you have like big 4 animals, and big fashion I think there's also like big 4 or big 2 at least, being the Hermes that we already spoke about. So yeah, some cute colors and cute combination, like even like fur, like you never know. These brands always are sought after, so even like weird combination would be appreciated by somebody who is a collector. So it will be a great investment basically, because it's of that particular brand. And they also could be restored, like even if it's been worn quite a lot, it can be restored similarly to like a property. That's why I sometimes tell my friends, like, don't be afraid to take your money and put it in a big brand bag, because it's like a property in a way. It does not depreciate like the low brand bag would, so it's going to be a clever decision. I really like as well the Hermes shoes, and I'll insert the photos for you that come in a combination of denim and bright leathers. I think I should probably get one of those, because it's just gonna serve like to all my needs. It's just super cute, but they're a bit more fragile and they're prone to accidents. There was a really funny pair of denim orange that have been like chewed by a doggy. I'll try to find a picture for you. It actually looks hilarious. It looks like a bit like fried jeans. So I think I would keep it like this, but the owner, she wasn't sure what to do with them, and she was asking for advice. So moving to the next brand, or before moving to the next brand, there was a question by Holy Grail Bags Only, probably a collector, and she's asked me what do you think, K25 Return or Kelly 25 Cellier or Mini Kelly? And for me personally, I would say definitely Return, and definitely 25. I think that was the reason that I didn't like my 28 anymore, because I wanted Togo and I wanted Return 25. I love how much effortless. I'm more of an effortless dresser. I don't see myself in a Cellier style bag at all. That's why I'm more of a Birkin aesthetics than I am maybe towards my like 40s. I'm gonna be much more into like Birkin 30 aesthetics than I am in a stiff Kelly. And I'm also that person that if I tried something already, I'm not interested in it anymore. if it makes sense. It kind of works good, but I think I would definitely do a return. And also talking about Birkin, I think there's such a great alternative for a Birkin 30 from Bottega, a Bottega Arco. Is it Arco or Acro? Arco tote in a medium size, which is about $3,000. And let me just look at what is the size in centimeters. It's 36, so I guess it's more like 35 Birkin, but it looks more lightweight because it's open style and doesn't have as many details, and I really loved it. I saw it in a couple of people. I think there should be probably a smaller size as well if there's a medium and there is a small, and I think it's such a good alternative and it's really modern. I would definitely do it if I needed that kind of work bag. And yeah, I think that would be number 3 brand for me at the moment in a big bags section. Definitely the Bottega Veneta, because otherwise, yeah, you would consider Louis Vuitton or Dior, and I don't think I'm considering them at the moment for the bags. For new investors, Louis Vuitton is always a good option because there's so many other people that would be looking to get their first handbag as a Louis Vuitton. So consider it if you want something under 2k, under 1500, like Neverfull. My first handbag has been LV Alma, and then from Dior, I think their designs are classy, but they're not modern and effortless in a way that I want them to be. The one bag that I like from Dior for a few seasons now is this casual style. It's a little bit like, you know, I always compare them to Hermes bags anyway. I do love Lady Dior on some people. Yeah, the saddle bag is a signature design, but then yeah, I love my canvas tote from Dior because it gives me aesthetics and function. And in terms of other styles, the new sporty bags like bowling bag, I wasn't so much into them. And let me just type it up again. I did a video about that bag about a season ago. Yeah, the name is the Dior Bobby. It sounds like a doggy's name, right? It's a cute name. That bag, I think, is versatile. And Dior bags, I don't think they're highest at the resale, and because they're more of a trend pieces, they don't tend to maybe retain as much resale value, although like some of the classier designs definitely do. But I just don't love them. I see Dior more as the aesthetics and high fashion clothing brand that I would definitely use for a dress, for something. I do love jewelry. Yeah, depending on what you're looking for. I think some of their styles are super like in trend that they don't necessarily make great investment, but definitely people who can pull out every season like total Dior look are like amazing, but super wealthy. I guess that's what the name is. Talking about the second big name, the Chanel, I developed, I think, more appreciation recently, because if you don't look at the plain black flap bags, there could be variations of color and materials, and I've never really had in mind to purchase a Chanel bag because to me they also a little bit like old schoolish, although classy. But if I think I would find a perfect combination of leather color and hardware, so for me that would be in a classic flap, something like a khaki. And there's this blogger that I want to show you. I have a real crush on her style, and her name is Alaia. Just a moment. I think it's a Swedish blogger. Yeah, Alexia Kafkaleros, maybe a combination of Greek, but style seems to be quite Swedish neutral, something that I quite like, but not as boring. I like how she does shapes and proportions. Shade green khaki flap is something that I think I could do, so I'll consider it if I come across the perfect combination. I quite like the light blue or like somewhere like not a royal bright blue, but somewhere on the softer side. I think I could do that. And another bag that I had a crush on, I saw it on a blog guide. It's a vintage. It is a combination of 3 colors, red, yellow and green, and it's a flap, but it was from 2011 or 2008. So it was actually before I started my career in personal shopping. So I never even seen it, and I know a girl who has it, and it just like goes with everything, and for my current circumstances it would go. So I think those are the Chanel numbers that I would consider. Here you can also like really greatly benefit from exploring the vintage resale market, because you can actually get a really good deal and then also sell it when if you don't want it anymore, without losing the value, because the new bags at the moment from Chanel, they drive quite high prices in a range of like Hermes, Kellys and Birkin. So as I said, a specific combination of leather hardware and a classic flaps could be driving higher demand and therefore higher prices for those Chanel pieces, like especially the white one, white with the white hardware, super hard to get tan, like classic beige with either combination of gold or not gold. I've been always a fan of a funny and special looking hardware that would be like a petrol, like you know, iridescent, I think they called, and the so black as well. So those are always like such a fun choice. And since recently, also last year, back 22, and it was really new, it was really weird, it was hard to tell what is it gonna be like, but I see it coming as a quite strong trend. I like it better than I did like the Chanel 19. Chanel 19 also has its place. It's for people of the slightly bigger proportion, as the way I can see, who cannot really use classic flaps. And for the winter, it's awesome kind of bag because it's oversized, softer, goes really well with any coats or any like fur coats for the winter again. So it's not something that I would consider, but the Chanel 22 has been driving a special demand, especially in a really rare combination of colors as well, and in color lime green as one of the colors of this season. We had a special request many times for that color. In plain denim, I think it's impossible to get it. Also quite high price, but I've seen it, it's such a good quality. I think it's gonna last and it's gonna stay there for a few years at least. I see it as you know, like a backpack. A backpack from Chanel has always been like really demanded, and also demanded still on the open vintage market. They've been driving crazy prices some seasons ago, and I think this is gonna be the same with this because it has a non-CC logo, it has a writing logo, which a lot of people also really like. This one is really much for the Europe, for New York girls in more like in blacks, and for bright colors could be for anybody for traveling. I think it could be a great choice because it's not heavy and it could fit actually a lot of stuff that I do like. For the shoes, I'm like, maybe I haven't been. Other things that are driving higher demand and are really requested by Chanel are the beautiful ready-to-wear items that are usually not made in great numbers, especially pinks. We had requests for many items that look really beautiful, and they don't make many of them. For the denims with the logo, so the denim with the logo is a really big trend. So I would say clothes, like people are driven, specific audience are driven by Chanel clothes that are special for this season, and those clientele probably would wear more of Dior and maybe like special Chanel bags, yes, but various different brands as well, not exclusively to like the Chanel flaps and the Chanel 22s. And the next big brand to me, of course, is the Bottega. It is really my favorite leather brand at the moment, and since past 3 years I got 2 bags from them. Was it 1 pair of shoes? For now just 1. I think another one might be coming soon, and a belt. It is a house that makes great leather, and there's something for everybody. And my latest purchase, as you could see, I think I didn't make a video on it, but how beautiful that is. When I say there's Bottega for everybody, I mean that they are not exclusive to one style at the moment. And while, yeah, on a broader side, you'll see more people going for the mini jodi, or the versions of the jodi that would be a teen jodi. And a couple of people asked me about if they should get it. Definitely, they're all beautiful, and everybody should just like go with their own needs, considering like how much they would need to hold, where they would go for it, and especially important going to with the right material, right color. So something that looks good with your hair color, skin color, and in terms of shapes, everybody can find something in Bottega. And I think they also have some versions that are more like budget friendly and classic types of bags. There's a bunch of styles to choose from. So somebody who likes bright things, they could go for the deep reds, bright greens, or the gold hardware. There are mini jodis, and one of my followers, Victoria, she sent me, she wanted to get my opinion on what combination of like leather and color she should go for, and I think with her permission I shared some pictures here. So I would say it's important to just go with the color that works here. And this girl is considering a move from Asia to Dubai, and I would say that in our environment, I personally do not wear a lot of blacks, but some people actually do wear a lot of blacks. And with the depth of the complexion, I think black would be a good option. Or if you do wear a lot of black, I think another color that is deep, complementary, but would look a bit more interesting. So I think a lot of bloggers are going for the deep like gray or deep green or brown. And on the style picture, it looks like everything is black, but in a close-up, the bag is actually brown. And it would have a little deviation from your blazer, and that would make it like super exciting, super interesting. I think Victoria also could go for smaller size if she wants to, because it seems like you're quite petite. I know that probably that size is practical. I do love the suede. I think the suede here, it's not complementary to your hair and skin, because it seems like you are a bit more bright. So somebody who is a bit more muted, doesn't want a lot of makeup, would go for the suede. And the green one is also beautiful. I think I would consider gray, because I think it would serve both for neutral looks and for the dark looks, but definitely not caramel, because caramel is a little bit dark to my opinion. It would be beautiful on somebody who is even deeper skin tone. And yeah, in general, I think I considered myself to get that a mini jodi or another type of jodi. I never found that perfect color, so that's why I think I didn't get it. But I'm happy I have this. And although I did say that probably if I would go for the special black tie event or like a wedding, usually you're not wearing leather, but I think this could do, because it has a lot of like metal and it is pricey for what it is. But I love, and I feel like affinity to the brand, and I'm glad I went for it. And as you can see, it just like goes with most of the things I own. There's a lot of things to choose from, so if you go there, I think if you get it, it's not cheap, but you're not gonna be disappointed, because it's beautiful craftsmanship. And there's a lot of other like new brands that are doing something similar, and they are on the internet, on many bloggers, and they are in a range that is not like more than £1,000. But I remember when I see it on a blogger, it seems like, oh, I could do that. But then I went to Harrods and I actually saw them, and it's like, it's not compared to it. They might also use Italian leather and furniture and like hardware, but it's just not going to be the same. Like if you know, you know. Fortunately, that's not something that is easy to replicate. So other bags that I really like for this season are the two brands that have been on my mind recently, and the Prada and the Miu Miu, the sister brands. Miu Miu has really cute bags. Now on the website it just says Miu Miu Matterless shoulder bag. I think it's just a style when the leather is slightly gathered, and Gucci did it this way, but this shape is definitely really cute, and they have a bunch of different colors. Not as many as in Bottega. I think in Bottega is great for color sensitive people. So the next brand I love this season is the Miu Miu, and I think they launched a really good bag that I can't find what would be the price. I think it's a bit higher than 15,000, but it would be really great entry level. Although at the same time, Miu Miu would not be considered as an investment bag by some younger people who would have it as a first purchase. That's what I feel, and I see a lot of some of my clients, they got it, but it's the people who already have like Birkins and Kellys and you know, Chanel and Bottegas, and I think I would definitely give it a try. And I can see now that it also has a shoulder strap, which is great. So there is this style of bag. I think it's good. It could be a bit similar to the Prada Clio. Prada Clio, I did see it, I like it. I think it's beautiful, like Ferrari's really beautiful lines, but I just don't see myself wearing it so much, and I love that soft touch for the bag. And I've seen a similar bag at Prada as well that has a similar like dumpling kind of shape, very body friendly, has a long strap, so really wearable. I think I really quite like those two. I'm just gonna check if they have suitable colors, because at Prada the reuse shoe bags were not really my vibe, and other bags that I tried were really not my vibe. They also do use fun materials in them, like Raffia. There's a new version of the Prada bag with the Raffia. It looks like a triangle and it has a long strap. It looks like it holds nothing, but it could be a fun clutch to go out in the summertime. And in a Miu Miu there's also those versions of those bags, but made with straw pleated, and they are really cute and something that's really fresh. So I think that's something that a lot of clients would be looking into. Also in Miu Miu there's this bag with the pockets. It's more like grungy, it's more like a cargo pants, like cargo style bag. It's not exactly my vibe, but it has something to it. So definitely I think they do really good designs. And for the shoes as well, I like the transparent elements that they use, because a lot of those new brands, when they use PVC in their shoes, it's just too stiff, not wearable. But if it's gonna be Prada, I'll trust it because they know how to work with leather, if you know what I mean. I also quite like this Prada bag on one of the bloggers. It's a combination of cream and black, so I think the combination colors are coming back into fashion, and they would be really easy to wear. If you think about it, it's like beautiful kitchen that could be like two materials, and then anything else, like any food that you cook in there, it looks good in it. So I think it's similar way. If you wear a lot of colors and athleisure and different materials, and it could be a really versatile bag. This Prada piece, in terms of the row, they definitely have a really good styles. I'm still like so much in love with my lunch bag. It's not reissued at the moment, but they half moon bag, and they have another one, the banana, and the row is a really good brand to invest in. It is maybe if you are like a new investor for a luxury bag, you'll probably not consider it, but it is exactly in the price range that you would be looking for, and they are great at resale prices. I also do love some of the Kate bags. I think the Row and Kate are kind of similar. They're modern brands. I love modern brands, but they do really good at leather. So one of the bags that I considered, I'll find a picture, it was of a white or cream or another color with a small shoulder strap, but it's just, to me, it looks really elegant. I think I could wear it quite a lot in a daytime and in the evening time. In terms of Celine, yes, Celine is a strong brand at the moment. I think it improved with the change of their vision, and I do think these bags are great as an investment as well for somebody who is new to luxury bags. I wouldn't definitely just go for it because I think too many people have it, like all the bloggers have it. Would put me off slightly. I did like the logo of Celine on my sunglasses, then I stopped wearing them because they were too rounded. I think I might consider a tote bag, something that also has a logo, but I don't, if you know me, I don't do like big logos. Maybe that's why I don't really like it. I would rather it to be more discreet, like the Bottega or Hermes, and does not have a logo, where although that logo is kind of new and not, you know, in the eye. Some other bags that I really loved, of course, like if we're just talking about me, I live in Abu Dhabi, so I usually wear a lot of like lighter colors, bright colors, and beach style bags or things that are suitable for the beach. So I quite like this Altazora. It is multiple colored. Givenchy, I think they did a great job at launching some new styles of their Raffia totes. I think Raffia totes are great, and I've seen in London people just wear them all summer in a city. Looks really gorgeous with any like blazer and jeans and sneakers or orange sandals. Really easy look to wear. So as the Jacquemus bags, I don't like the really small ones, I don't like the leather bags, but I think the Raffia bags are really cute at this brand. Yeah, in terms of metallic and lime, I do like metallized bags. I think if you'll go for it now, if you know that you'll need a bag for going out, if you go for the metallic and bright color instead of your, you know, just like normal black, I think it would be a good decision because you can wear black colors for going out and have that back as an accent. So there's a Bottega in green and different styles. It could be a mini Jody, it could be a clutch. I think Loewe also had something in that color. It's a beautiful color to have, but maybe you don't have to wear it head to toe, so you can just like wear it in a shoes, like a thin sandal. It is one of my favorite like style tricks. I would just like do all black or things are similar to black, maybe slightly silvery, grayish, and a pop of color on my shoes, and that would be a good accent. But I would probably purple or lilac to lime green. So if you're blonde, probably lime green is the one for you. If you're dark skin, maybe like pink for sure, or purple would do better for you. So I have a lot of lilac in my wish list for the season. In Yves Saint Laurent, I'll post a picture as well here for you. I don't feel that brand anymore. It's just not for me, but I did like some of their summer bag design. I love their Raffia clutches. I think I love everything Raffia because I just see that I would wear it a lot. And Raffia beach totes, I think they did a great job. It's the riding brand, but it's, for me, like Reed brand for some reason is more wearable than like a logo monogram brand, if you know what I mean. I don't feel like it's like too overwhelming. Yeah, and probably the last bit, talking about Loewe. I do love the brand, as you could tell. I have a Loewe bag, and there have been a few questions about like what if they should go for a mini size or small size or a bigger size. I think mine is a size small. I think it's really optimal. You shouldn't ask anybody about the size of the bag that you need, because it's also like a size of the, like, what kind of fridge do you need? A small fridge or you need a bigger fridge? So think of function first, but also think about proportion. But proportion is in the details of the hardware and the straps. So even like huge bags can have smaller proportions proportion and could be suitable to you. So it's not me who decides on the bag size. I would say for a Loewe puzzle, I don't see them, I don't think the smaller bags are functional, because they're more functional piece that like going out, you're not gonna go out with it. That's what I think. I would do another bag to go out, but it's definitely wearable. So in my bag I usually have it in the airport, and I would have my passport and my wet wipes and you know, like some medicines for me and for my kids, and whatever else I might need, headphones, my phone. I could have a Kindle in it, a couple of chargers, and it is great. It just holds everything that I need. And also it constrains me. I don't want to have a bigger bag because I would put too much inside it. So think about the functions. So for me, I think the small size is optimal. If I would be living in a city where I would commute quite a bit, and if you want your water bottle and you know, some snacks or whatever else you might need in a bag, you might want a bit bigger size. But to me, if I want bigger, I would want to have a laptop in a bag, so definitely not that one. Maybe like a combination of a tote. You can always have an extra packable tote. It's such a great trick. Just use it. That's what I do all the time. I have a reusable tote in a beautiful color that I just have in my bag. Usually would be Loewe for traveling. So if it would be if you would go for a mini size, and if you put something inside like a reusable tote, nothing else would fit, if you know. So think about the function. Maybe like draft a list of like your necessities that you always have to carry with you, and for the traveling necessities, and that would help you to think more clearly about it, because you need to decide for yourself. It's not something that a stylist could recommend. In Loewe, I also really like the Flamenco Clutch, and I like the Raffia bags, and the one that I have, I love it and I wear it a lot. I think there was something else that they launched that I love the sneaker, and definitely they had something for the evening, because they just like launched these beautiful shoes. So they've been doing a really good job. Another like brand that's just like boomed with beautiful designs, as you probably know, is Alaia. They launched the heart-shaped bag and the heart-shaped shoes, and they just like so amazing. But they for the person who already has all of these brands. And now in this part is going to be investment advice for when you want to buy some bag and you're new to luxury bags. How do you check if they're investment worthy? You'll need to check the market information, and you'll need to know that this bag is, you know, popular among, if it's more popular among other fashionistas, if you can find a lot of people wearing it, usually it means it's better at resale, even if it's a smaller brand. So from just like top of my mind, and I'm just going to be using a generic guide for best bags under maybe 1,500, probably something from Yves Saint Laurent. They always would have clients come and go, and that would, I used to have one before, and they are quite classy. They're in a way a bit like Chanel, but a bit cheaper, and they have a range of different styles, so you can find something that suits you, but something that is more classy, even like the trendy piece. But if it's in the beginning of the trend, you can go for that one, and it could be a good investment. I don't know your style exactly, so you will need to decide for yourself, but if you consider this one of these brands, you'll definitely be safer. When you think it doesn't work for you anymore and you'll consider reselling it, because that's what investment bag is. It's something that holds value not just for you, but for other people as well on the market. So if other people also see this item as valuable, then it means it's a good investment. The Prada nylon bags could be one of those pieces, and another Prada style that are Clio. I'm not sure if it's under 1,500, but yeah, definitely Prada, even like classier design in leather, definitely could do that. Could be investment piece. Gucci, Marmont. Gucci is a good brand for the beginners, but make sure you go for the classy design, not like special design. So if you go for leather, black color, classic shape, it could be also like not black, it could be neutral. but if you go for the Marmont, you should be good. And the one that I like, yeah, at Net-a-Porter there's some good Gucci options that are a bit more fun, but they could be a bit less timeless and be less worthy as an investment. In Louis Vuitton, if you go for one of the classy combinations, if you go for the mini pochette or something that is similar to mini pochette, Nano Speedy or normal Speedy, never full, would always be good for resale, and they're quite wearable too. I don't think the Chloe is necessarily a good investment. They also tend to be a bit in a trend or out of trend, and some of the other styles, yeah, definitely the Row, if it's something that you think you would consider. Some of their bags, if you get hands on them, they are not super expensive, and they always are sought after on the resale market. And in terms of really small brands and more modern brands, just from top of my head, I think Acne have really good bags. That is the Musubi Acne. Before, back in the day, I did really like Alexander Wang. I think it still might drive some interest. If you do with a vintage purchase, I think under 15,000 you can find a good condition Balenciaga in like a city. It's one of my favorite bags. I think it's really cool, and I think it's a good piece also as investment, and it holds the value despite the recent backlash with Balenciaga. And there's a list of other bags, yeah, also Goyard, of course, Goyard St Louis, similarly to Never Full, and the mini Anjou would always be sought after and good at resale, in my experience as well. You can always sell it almost at the same price as you purchased, because it always increasing in price. And in a really new brands that could be even less than $1,000 or euros, these brands, consider these brands that are Pauline, Paris, Little Lifner, and Delvaux, and also tote. Tote, I think, might be more expensive. It's become a bit more established, a bit like the Row, but always just check on the real or on the Vestiaire, and follow that brand. If you see that things are selling quite quick, means it's a good brand to invest in, even if it's new. So I hope these tips would be helpful for you. And yeah, you can always DM me. I love chatting about like bags and giving you some of my investment advice. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next one.